Ready, start, para. Thus, nationalism in Europe had led in the 18th century to a new look at the European past. It was not, however, in that spirit that those who settled and colonized Asia and Africa sought familiarity with the history of these regions. With the transformation of trading connections into colonial relations, the need to know the history of the colonies was based not merely on an intellectual curiosity but also on the exigencies of administration if the norms, traditions, and behavior patterns of a colony were to be understood, then research into the history of the colony would have to be carried out. The search for or discovery of the Indian past resulted in a number interpretation of the past. These were notions which were constantly repeated since they were first enunciated and which have become stereotypes of Indian history and culture. Even though today they are being questioned, they are still widespread. Some of these stereotypes are related to the needs of imperialism. For economics, imperialism had its counterpart in cultural domination. Historical writing coming from this source aimed at explaining the past in a manner which facilitated imperial rule. Other arose in contrast from Indian national sentiments opposed to the nature of imperial rule and seeking justification in the reading of the past. Para. The ideology of Indian nationalism found not only political expression but influenced every aspect of intellectual life, philosophy, literature, the arts, and history in the early 20th century. The relationship with historians was especially close. The national movement itself had picked up stages from the reconstruction of the Indian past. Those historians who were sensitive to the stirrings of nationalism also responded to these facts because of the cultural domination implicit in imperialism. Nationalism of the anti-colonial variety had to incorporate a program of cultural nationalism as well in order to regenerate the indigenous culture. The intellectual content of nationalism arose out of the need for Indians to react to the experience of colonialism, industrialization, and economic backwardness. Paucity of evidence also assisted in the creation of these stereotypes. Some of the recent questioning has been necessitated by greater and improved evidence. The more persistent of the stereotypes have dominated only historical interpretation but have become the foundation of modern political ideologies. The Indian society has always been an unchanging society based on a caste structure characterized by harmony in the society at long. Full stop. Over.